Hey, what's up, guys and gals? So, welcome to your very own astrology channel. And in this very episode, we'll be dealing with the Cancer rising sign or the Cancer ascendants. Yes, we are going to talk about the most romantic sign of the zodiac today. That is indeed the Cancerian individuals. So, if you can see the chart or this Vedic layout that is in front of me, this is the Vedic chart of a Cancer ascendant. And for the Cancer ascendant, okay, let me before even going to this chart, let me tell you first what the rising sign in astrology is all about. Well, the rising sign in astrology is the sign that was rising from the eastern side of the sky at the time you were born. So if you are an individual who was born on this particular date, this particular day and this particular timing, so while you were born at that very timing when you were born, the sign that was rising from the eastern side of the sky, that is from where the sun rises, becomes your ascendant. And the sign that becomes your ascendant governs the first house in your Vedic chart. So likely you can see, since these people are the Cancer ascendants or the Cancer rising sign, they are governed by the planet Moon. That is, planet Moon is indicated by the symbol 4. Likely their first house is represented by the symbol 4. Then we go into the anti-clockwise direction with the series starting from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, so on up to the 12th house. So for the Cancer ascendants, the way you look at this chart or the way you can understand the Cancer rising sign is from the fact that since this 4 symbol is present in this particular first house, so the original energy of the 4th house, that is the original energy of the Cancer or the original energy of this particular 4th house becomes the energy of the comes into the first house for the Cancer ascendants. Similarly, for the Cancer ascendants, the original energy of the 5th house comes into their second house. Similarly, the original energy of the 6th house becomes the energy of the 3rd house for the Cancer individuals. And likely when we move into the anti-clockwise direction, their 12th house has got the original energy of the 3rd house. Based on, if you are clear with this very funda, if you are clear with this very fundamental that I have taught to you, that you shall understand it in a way that the original energy of the 4th house is governing the first house for the Cancer ascendants, and the original energy of the 5th house is present into the 2nd house, and likely. So if you are familiar with this very concept, then it's going to be very easy for you to understand the stuff or to relate to the stuff that I'll be telling you about the Cancer rising sign. So guys, without wasting any time, let's get started. Let's get real with the Cancer rising sign. So guys, with the original energy of the 4th house, coming into the first house for the Cancer ascendants, what is the one thing that I can or you can reckon about the Cancer individuals is that these Cancer individuals, since 4th house in a Vedic chart is governed by the planet Moon, and since the energy of the 4th house is kind of controlling the first house of the Cancer for the Cancer ascendants, so that one thing that I could have started with is the fact that these people, that is the Cancer rising sign people, are very shy, are very introvert, are very sensitive, are very emotional, are kind of very soft and sophisticated people like the planet Moon is, and indeed these people are. But and this is something that you might be knowing, or even a novice or a beginner in Vedic astrology would tell you about the Cancer ascendants. But here's one thing that is I want to lay more emphasis on, and I want to begin with, because this is something that most of the people don't discuss about the Cancer ascendants. And this is one thing that is the centerpiece, that is the central part of the Cancer ascendants. And the one thing that I'm going to share with you is that when it comes to these Cancer ascendants are throughout their life, their whole life revolves around the mother. Since Moon, the planet Moon represents the mother in our life, so these Cancer rising sign people are very strongly influenced by their mother throughout their life. Now, whether these people are positively influenced by the teachings of their mother, or they kind of hate her, that is altogether a different ball game, because that is decided by how the planet moon is placed in their horoscope. So for example, if the planet moon is well placed in the chart of the Cancer ascendant, then these people might be crediting their mother for all the virtues, for all the positive traits, for all the teachings of integrity, morality, honesty that she inculcated into their personality, and integrity, honesty, morality. This is what the Cancer ascendants are all about. Or they can credit their mother about the value systems, they can credit their mother about being good in studies, or they can credit their mother for anything they are good at. But if this similar planet moon is kind of screwed up in their horoscope, these Cancer individuals might actually blame their mother for all the tumult, torture, for all the nuisance and the problems in their life, irrespective of the fact that whether she was instrumental or whether she is responsible for the bad condition of their life. Even if these Cancer individuals have screwed up their life because they themselves were not prudent enough, or they screwed up their life, or somebody else screwed up their life, but the one figure they will blame at the end is the mother, irrespective of the fact that whether she was involved in it or not. And similarly, if the planet moon is placed in a good dignity, they might credit their mother for everything that they are genius at, for everything they are good at. So can you see that these individuals, these Cancer individuals, whether they credit their mother, or they they talk ill of their mother, but one thing is very sure about these Cancer individuals is that mother is that central figure their life of the Cancer ascendant revolves around. And you can occasionally see these people talking about their mother, no matter who they are conversating it or what kind of a conversation is going on. So even if they are watching, let's suppose even if they are watching a soccer match with a friend of theirs, so they might be like, hey, can you see that referee on the field? He's kind of a very strict disciplinarian. He's a person that is not to be trifled with, that is not to be messed with. But at the similar time, he has a sense of compassion. He has a sense of love. He has a sense of benevolence. And similarly, I like that referee because the kind of similar traits that are to be seen in this referee. Similarly, my mother kind of behaves the similar way at home. She's kind of a strict disciplinarian, and but at the same time, she has got a heart of gold. Can you see? Even while they are watching a soccer match, they will come out of the blue. They may come out of something that they may correlate that game to their mother. Or let's suppose they are with their girlfriend, or they may say that they like their particular movie, or they may say that the one thing that they like about their girlfriend or the actress is the fact that there's something about that girl or that actress that they can that whenever they meet their girlfriend, or whenever they see that actress, their personality kind of reminds them about his mother. So no matter what area of life is it is the Cancer individuals who can be occasionally seen talking of their mother. And since the mother is all about the motherly nourishment, care, similarly these Cancer individuals like that mother, like the mother pampers the child with the kind of the most with the most esoteric, with the most divine, with the most selfless love in the world. Similarly, these Cancer individuals, like a mother, they are very protective. They are very kind of nurturing of the individuals who they are emotionally attached to. Especially these people are very emotionally attached to their physical home. They are very emotionally attached to their family, or anyone living at their home. They are emotionally even attached to the people of their motherland. As fourth house also not only governs your physical home or your mother, the fourth house also is all about the people of your homeland. So if they are, let's suppose if he's an Indian national or he's a US national, then that person would be very patriotic, and he may take great pride in the fact that he is a part of such country. And that one thing. The one thing you should be saying to screw up your terms with this Cancer ascendant is you shall speak, you speak one bad word about that country, or if you are kind of very critical of the country or his home or the mother, then you have done enough to screw your relationship with the Cancer ascendant. And what else? Like the planet Moon. Like I was previously talking in the video, these people are very shy, these people are very introvert, these people are very romantic, these people are very soft and sophisticated, these people are kind of very sensitized, they are so emotionally attuned that somehow these people are more sensitive to the environment than any other sign of the zodiac. So they pick up energy from the environment, they soak up the stuff that is around them like a sponge. So if they are into a setting, let's suppose a fight is going on, and even if they have got no relationship, no association with the fight that is going on, or the fight that is going on is between the individuals, he is not emotional about, or or let's suppose two people are fighting which he knows not a thing about, but he kind of picks up that negative energies so quickly that you can actually see that similar energies in this person's mood swings. So he will be like he'll automatically start behaving in a very melancholy, in a very sad way after visualizing that fight. And similarly, you see a sense of calmness in the surroundings. You take him to the riverside, you take him to the mountains, or any place that has got a serene and a very esoteric kind of atmosphere, and you will see the best out of this Cancer individuals. What else can I tell you about the Cancer individuals? Well, that yes, there's one thing, one secret, or I should not say one secret because it might be known to the other people as well. But here's one thing, that if this Cancer individual, if you are one Cancer ascendant or Cancer individual, and you want to prosper in your life, then one thing you might make sure is that you live in a place that is kind of surrounded by water. That is, you shall either, when you live in a country or in a place that is by the riverside, or that is by the ocean, when you live when you have your house along the beach side, or a beach is a place that is at a walking distance from your home. This is a place where you really excel, that you shall migrate to that part of a country, or you shall migrate to that specific country which is kind of a island or has lots of beaches, because since the planet Moon represents water, and the planet Moon is like the tides of the water, like I told you. So these people are kind of very these people are kind of like the waves of water. The one moment they are up and the other moment they are down. So, but why am I saying this, that they shall be living close to the sea, is the fact that, like the water cleanses, the water is known for its cleansing properties. The water is known for like we take bath by no other ingredient other than the water. So these people, since they are so influenced by the moon, likely these people are very much influenced by the water, and water is one ingredient that actually cleanses out the negative energies. The water is one ingredient that brings out the best in these individuals. And guys, the other thing that I can tell you about the Cancer ascendants is the fact that these people, although are kind of very sensitive, these people are kind of very sensitive and emotional. But one thing you should not forget about these Cancer ascendants is the fact that these people are more attached to the luxuries and the conveniences in their life than any other sign in the zodiac. Since fourth house, if you have seen my fourth house videos, in those videos have discussed that fourth house is a house of comforts, luxuries, conveniences in our life. and it could practically be the convenience of anything. It could be the convenience of having a mother or a family who stands by you in your tough times. So let's suppose if tomorrow somebody falsely alleges you for a crime, or somebody try to cast the false aspersions on your clean character, and if the whole society, even if the whole society believes that you are a kind of pariah or an outcast, you are very sure of the fact that the one figure, their mother or is it their family, these are the people who would ultimately believe in you, and it is their belief that you haven't done anything. It is their belief in you that kind of gives you the motivation, or that kind of gives you the momentum to face the allegation that has been that you are falsely held for. It could be the convenience of having the luxury cars at home. It could be the convenience of having the air conditioners in all of your rooms. It could be the convenience of the convenience of having the servants, because if you are surrounded by servants, they kind of make sure that you don't have to sacrifice even an iota of your comfort zone, and at their single call they are gonna go out of beyond the call of their duty to make sure that you don't have to get up, or you don't have to work that strenuously, as long as they are there to serve you. So these Cancer ascendants are kind of very inclined towards the luxuries and the comforts in their life, and that is why some of the people, you might have occasionally seen people say that you say, okay, the Cancer individual is kind of very romantic, is kind of very emotional, but I find these Cancer individuals as very cunning, as very manipulative, and this is why they say so. Can you see how am I relating the stuff? Because it is since they are so emotionally attached. Since they are so much attached to this conveniences and the luxuries of their life, they kind of become manipulative, because they would avoid any situation wherein they would have to sacrifice the conveniences that are so dear to them. And why they are about all these conveniences, why they love it? Because moon represents the mother, and like the mother pampers the child, and if you were to visualize that child, if you were to visualize that newborn child, you would visualize him in kind of a clad in a very new, very hygienic overcoat, and you cannot visualize a newborn in the atmosphere that is surrounded by dust, or that is surrounded by heat, or that is surrounded by some kind of a pathetic living conditions. And that's why these Cancer ascendants, like that baby, are kind of very soft and sophisticated. So what else? When it comes to the first house, there's one more thing, that since the entire life of these Cancer ascendants is controlled by the planet Moon. So what happens with the planet Moon is that the planet Moon is kind of always waxing and waning. So these people, like that Moon, are kind of very indecisive in their approach to life, and they find it really hard when they have to choose out one thing out of the three things they are given. So they are kind of very indecisive. So one thing you should be doing if you are a Cancer individual is that you should make sure that when it comes to your wealth, or when it comes to taking any decisions, you have either a Taurus ascendant, either a Virgo ascendant, or either a Capricorn ascendant assisting you, because you have your own traits, fine enough, but you are really not capacitated with taking the tough decisions which these three ascendants are capable of. So if you are that Cancer ascendant, make sure that while taking any of the life affecting decisions, or any of the crucial decisions of your life, you shall take it in the presence, or in the under the guidance of these three ascendants. And what other thing? Now with the original energy of the fifth house coming into the second house for the Cancer ascendants, what you can visualize, fifth house energy. Fifth house is the original house of the planet Sun. And what is the planet Sun all about? The planet Sun is a ball of heat that is brimming with the dazzling light, this light is kind of so is kind of so sharp that you are normally allured towards it. You normally follow that light, and sun is something that you are pride of. Sun governs your ego in Vedic astrology. That is something that you take pride in. And since this energy is present in the second house for these Cancer ascendants, these people, these Cancer ascendants take a lot of pride in their family lineage. They may take a lot of pride in their ancestors. They may take a lot of pride in their ancestral traditions, in their ancestral festivals, in their ancestral languages. They may take pride in the fact that has anything to do with their ancestors. They could take they kind of very religiously follow the festivals, the cultures, the traditions, the value systems that their ancestors followed. And likely these people, since their kind of ego gets a spurt and gets a momentum by this linkage with the ancestors, these people are kind of very inclined to take their ancestral business. They are kind of very inclined to take forward their ancestral legacy, and this happens when it comes to deciphering out that which particular business these Cancer ascendants are going to venture into, because whenever you judge a business, whenever you judge I'm kind of swaying from the Cancer ascendant topic, but I'm telling it for your knowledge that whenever you are to decipher that which particular field or business or profession are you going to land into, the 3 planets you shall be looking at in your horoscope is the moon, because you shall be taking care of the fact that what is that where your mind is, what is that your mind is thinking, which all professions is your mind thinking about. The other planet you shall be following is the sun, because it kind of gives you a boost to your ego. It's something that you take pride in. It's something that you do and take pride in. And the third planet that you should be looking at is Venus, because Venus is something that you love doing, that irrespective of the fact that it's going to bring you returns or not, this is something that you love doing. So these are the 3 planets that you should be taking into consideration when it comes to deciphering out which business you're going to venture into. So since this particular house is kind of controlled by the planet Sun, and it gives a boost to their ego, so these people are kind of very inclined to go into the business that their ancestors were into. Or even these people are very inclined to go into the profession or take up the business that their father was into, or anybody from the ancestral family was into. So let's suppose if their father was a medical professional, so these people would go into the medical profession. And now you would be wondering that why would a Cancer individual who is very soft and sophisticated go into or have an inclination towards the medical profession? It's because of the fact that the Cancer ascendant cannot give the first house traits. That is, these Cancer individuals with this energy of the 4th house into their first house, these Cancer ascendants are always looking up for somebody in the family to back up their decisions. These people are kind of very indecisive, first of all. Secondly, since these people are very emotional, they are kind of always looking for something, always looking for someone who could emotionally support their decisions. They are not the Mercurian or the Martian type of individuals who can take the harsh decisions of their life on their own and can fight the battle of their life all of their own. They are like a baby who needs the emotional pampering. So they want to go into fields that they know that this is a proven field. My father is doing good enough in this medical profession. He's having those cars, he's having this and this luxury at home. So if I go into that similar profession, not only I do have the guidance of my father who can help me in taking the decisions when I go irrational, but there are likely chances that if I do as good as him, it would keep me it would put me in a state wherein I have the luxuries of the life as he has got the luxuries of life for me. So I might be in a similar state wherein I might be earning, if not much, I might be earning at least as much as my father do, and this would keep me in a position wherein I can pamper myself with the conveniences and the luxuries of life. So the likely professions these Cancer individuals are gonna go into could be poultry, farming, agriculture. And why am I saying this? Because moon represents water, and all these are moon represents water, and their fifth house, the fifth house of ancestors, and these are the ancestral professions. So they can go into agriculture, they can go into farming, they can go into anything that has to do with water. So they can go into any business that has to do with water. They can go into the food and beverages business. They can go into the business of chemicals. They can go into they can also become great chefs. And why am I saying this? Because second house is represented by the sun, which kind of plays an instrumental role in deciding which business will this Cancer individual go into. And the second house is also governs our eating habits. The first house of the Cancer ascendant declares his or actually tells that he is very emotional. So that one way this Cancer individual shows his emotional self to the world, or brings or the one thing that he enjoys is the fact that when he is cooking, he's just not cooking for the sake of money that he gonna be earning, but since he wants to emotionally nourish the individuals who are very close to him. So when he cooks with a sense of love, with a sense of pleasure that the individuals will derive after eating his food. And that's why these Cancer individuals do very good in the hotel industry, in the industry that has to do with service of any sort. And these are the people who are the front end employees, who would put up a nice smile, who are always suave and sophisticated, who would treat you like a king. Because when you go to a restaurant, no matter how good is the ambience over there, how good is the food over there is, but if that person who greets you is kind of very passive, is kind of very dull, then no matter how good the place is, you are not going to go to that place on a second visit. And this is this front end interaction with the front end employee is what sets your mood in when you go to a restaurant or when you go to any hotel. And guys, the another one thing that you should be knowing about this Cancer ascendants is that their ancestral lineage might be from a political background, or from a entertainment background, or from any background wherein their ancestors might be holding the top-notch executive positions in the society, or into any business they might be in. Because all these professions are represented by the sun, and sun is controlling the second house of ancestors for these Cancer ascendants. Now coming to the third house for these Cancer rising sign. These Cancer rising sign, their third house has got the original energy of the sixth house. That is the Virgo kind of energy is present in their third house. So these people, when it comes to interaction with their acquaintances, younger siblings, or with their relatives, these people behave instead of showing their emotions as they're very emotional. Instead of that, these people, when it comes to establishing a contact with their acquaintances or their siblings or their relatives, instead of being a relative, they kind of behave like the Mercurian managers, who are very manipulative, who are very logical, who are kind of very shrewd and practical. So these are the people who kind of behave in a very passive or in a very professional manner with their acquaintances. And you might be wondering why. Well, the reason for that is that when this Cancerian guy or gal, whosoever it may be, when this person was growing up, at that time he was not aware of the fact that what this world is all about. So he, like a child, was himself very nourishing of the other individuals. He was all about giving the selfless love of a child. He was all about giving the motherly love to whosoever he encounters. But as he grows up, he kind of realizes that the world, unlike him, the world is very different. The world is very shrewd. The world is very manipulative, and he realizes that fine enough, that I am very emotional, I am very nurturing of the other individuals, but love is not the only thing that this world is all about, and I shall not be giving my love to each and every individual I come across, because this thing is to be preserved for individuals, or only for those individuals who are very close to me. Otherwise I can be emotionally taken advantage of, I can be emotionally vulnerable and susceptible. So as these people grow up and as they see the harsh realities of life, they become very manipulative, they become very practical and logical in their relationship with the acquaintances or with the relatives. So they are like they are kind of very judgmental of these people. So these people would not take the first move when it comes to establishing acquaintance levels with anybody they meet for the first time. Only when they realize, only when they meet somebody, now they'll be very dry, especially when it comes to the earlier part of the relationship. They would come across as very very dull, as somebody who is not loving, because they are very judgmental, because they are judging the other individual, that the individual they are talking to, is he really loving them? Is he really the person who will emotionally pamper them, or is he really the person? Is he really that? Is he really that kind of person who will come to the rescue of this Cancer rising sign people when he needs him? So till the point this Cancer individual is not sure of the fact that the individual he is having a conversation with will be emotionally there for him, he would not go ahead. He would be very judgmental, and he would be secretly manipulating the actions and the behavior of the person he comes across. And only when he becomes sure of the fact that the person he's trying to establish the acquaintance levels with is kind of very serene, is kind of very emotionally pampering, is kind of very benevolent, like he himself is, it is at that time that he will give what all he has to this individual. But if he finds that the individual he is talking to is kind of very practical, is kind of all about the superficial kind of a love that this Cancer individual doesn't believe in, it is at this point that the Cancer individual may ultimately break ties with that individual, or he might just have a professional relationship with that relative or that fellow acquaintance, wherein he might be like, fine enough, you have some work for me, I'm there, you wanna know something, I'm there. But if you believe that I'm gonna establish a heart-to-heart connection with somebody who is very shrewd, then I'm not for it. And guys, now since the third house is also the house of the house of business, self-effort, it's also the house of courage. So what happens with that? Unlike the third house, which is kind of the third house energy is kind of the third house is 12th from the fourth house, and the energy of the fourth house is present into the first house for these Cancer individuals. So these individuals, Cancer individuals, cannot relate to this energy of the third house, and these Cancer individuals are not like the energy of the third house is all about giving up the conveniences and the luxuries of life and stepping into the harsh facing the harsh realities of life, stepping into the big bad dirty world and making a buck. The third house energy is all about standing on your own feet, taking your own actions, and this is totally an energy which the Cancerian individual cannot comply with. But what happens is that as I told you, in the case of acquaintances, this Cancerian individual in the earlier part of life, at least till the age of 28, these people are very dependent on others to emotionally nurture them, to emotionally pamper them, to emotionally support their decisions. But when they kind of realize what exactly the life is all about, they kind of get the fact that today I have my parents supporting me, today I have my friends supporting me, I have my family supporting me, but tomorrow these people might not there for me, or these people would not there for me for the whole of the life. So it is high time that I start taking my own decisions. I start becoming courageous. I start putting in self-effort. I start believing in my own actions. That is represented by the third house. So it is towards the later part of life when these Cancer individuals kind of becomes face to face with the reality, and when he sees the harsh side of life, when he kind of gets betrayed once or twice in life, it is at that time that this Cancer individual kind of becomes the third house like, and he he kind of is very logical when it comes to business. It is after the age of 28 that he does good at business, or he does good in any profession he ventures into. Now guys, for these Cancer individuals, the original energy of the 7th house is present into their 4th house. And what is the original energy of 7th house all about? Well, the original energy of 7th house is the energy of the planet Venus. That is all about peacemaking. That is, 7th house energy is the energy of partnerships. It's the energy that complements us. It's the energy that completes us. It's the energy that brings some sort of a balance, some sort of a structure in our life. And with this energy coming into the 4th house for these Cancer rising sign individuals, we can infer that it is the 4th house and the 4th house related things that give a sense of completeness, that gives a sense of balance to this Cancer rising sign individuals. And that is the reason why these Cancer rising sign individuals are very much attached to the things related to the 4th house. That is their physical home, their mother, the luxuries and the conveniences of life, the people of their homeland. They are all about emotions. So can you now recollect things that I told you, that the Cancer individuals are all about emotion, receiving the emotional pampering from the other individuals. Cancer individuals are all about getting the motherly love, getting the most purest, selfless and the esoteric love of the mother from the people around them, and they in turn reciprocate that motherly nourishment and love onto the individuals they are emotionally attached to. I told you that these Cancer individuals, like that sophisticated newborn baby, these people are very much in love with the luxuries and the conveniences of life. Why these things is happening? Because here these are the things, these 4th house related things with the energy of the Venus present into their 4th house. These being associated with all these things gives a sense of completeness, gives a sense of balance, gives a sense of structure to this Cancer individual. And what else is the 7th house energy all about? Well, the 7th house energy is the energy of business. And why it is called the energy of business? Because 7th house energy is all about the energy of Libra, and Libra is an air sign wherein you are regularly on move. And while you are regularly on move, you may come across thousands of individuals. You may strike a note with someone, or you may not get along with someone. But it is all about it is not all about that if you come across somebody who doesn't compliment you, you will start fighting with that person. No. The energy of Venus is in the sign of Libra is all about being constantly on move in the pursuit of finding a partner, in the pursuit of finding a business partner or a marriage partner who complements you, who you think complements you more than any other partner that you had met while you were on the move. So with this energy of Venus coming into the 4th house, of mother for the Cancer rising sign, these Cancer rising sign people have a mother who is who can be businesswoman, who can be good at solving conflicts, she can be a businesswoman good at bargaining, or even if she is not a businesswoman, she has got a sense of business, she has got a sense of peacemaking skills. She is that conflict manager who is skilled at solving the conflicts of the other people. And it is through their mother that these Cancerian individuals kind of pick up the peacemaking skills, and they themselves are very good at solving the conflicts when it comes to solving any of the conflicts between the family members, or the conflicts amongst the people of their homeland. What else can we make out from the 4th house of the Cancer individuals? Well, like I told you before, that when it comes to deciphering out that which particular career you are likely to go into, the 3 planets you shall be taking into consideration is Moon, Sun and Venus. And with this energy of Venus present into this 4th house, And that too, it's the energy of Libra, and Libra is the sign which represents our peacemaking skills, which represents our business skills. So since this getting involved with these fourth house things gives a sense of complete fullness, gives a sense of structure and alignment to this Cancerian rising sign individual, he's more likely to do a business related to the fourth house things. That is, the Cancerian individual can be associated with the real estate industry. He can go into the any of the business that has to do with the home. So he could be an architect. He could be a interior decorator. He could be a contractor. He could be a contractor in the real estate industry. He could be in any home-based business, because it's something that he loves doing, with the energy of Venus present into the fourth house. And guys, the other way of looking at it is that these Cancerian individuals can make good real estate, can make good people when it comes to the real estate industry, or they can do well in the real estate industry, because these people, since they themselves are so much emotionally attuned to their home and to their mother, they are like that, fine enough, I have the moon well placed in my horoscope, I am blessed with a very nurturing and a protective mother, I am blessed with a home that provides me with the conveniences and the luxuries of life that I cannot do without. But at the same time, he realizes that there might be other Cancerian individuals in the society who might have the similar feelings, who might hold a similar sense of belonging to the home, but for some reason these Cancerian individuals in the society might not have a physical home of their own. So one reason what propels these individuals to go into the real estate industry is that these people want to make a home that is affordable enough, that is kind of within the range of these Cancerian individuals, because these Cancerian individuals can actually sense the pain and agitation which this Cancerian individuals in society might be going through, since he is devoid of his own physical home. So this kind of spurs this individual to come up with a home, or to come up with a flat that is kind of within the range of the people, that is kind of within the monetary range of the people who earlier didn't had this kind of an opportunity to own their own home. So guys, this was it from my side for the Cancer rising sign, and we would be taking up the other houses that are left. That is from the 5th house to the 12th house for the Cancer ascendant. We would be taking up in the part 2 of the Cancer rising sign video, which I would be uploading as soon as I shoot it. So you would have to wait up till then. But I'll make sure I'll upload it as soon as possible. And guys, what else? I'm kind of very sorry. First of all, I like to say very sorry for those individuals who might want me to make shorter episodes, but this is something that I cannot help it, because ascendants is something that is one of the most important concepts in astrology, and it is personally, this is the chapter which is very close to my heart. So I am not one of those individuals on YouTube who can wrap up a Cancer ascendant episode ranging from 12 to 20 minutes. This is simply not my style. And either you like it or not, you're gonna have to deal with it. So guys, this is your host RISHU signing off. On that note, try to find out the purpose of your life through astrology, and in case you like me for one reason or the other, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This will keep you regularly updated with the feeds, and you will be regularly informed whenever I upload a video next. So till then, this is your host RISHU signing off. Do get back, stay healthy, bye.